Well, where should we begin? This Black Friday, I pick up a lot of games. If we go into full detail like usual, this video could easily run over 30 minutes. So instead, let's focus on the deals and keep it brief for each game. Without further ado, let's dive in. Ghost of Tsushima is a game I've been wanting to play for years. It's exactly the type of game I enjoy, so why did it take me so long to pick it up? The main reason is the price. This director's cut cost me $30 and I've never seen it drop below that. I finally decided to go for it. I really hope this game doesn't disappoint me. Sony's first party games often get overhyped, and I'm just hoping Ghost of Tsushima isn't one of them. Next, I finally got a Persona 5 Royal. This game has always been on my list, but I keep telling myself I will get it next time. Before I knew it, 7 years had passed. I know I'm late to the party, but it's better late than never. This game was out of stock for most of the year and usually got restocked around November. I was keeping a close eye on the price, and when it dropped to $20 a week before Black Friday, I immediately pulled the trigger. I'm a little surprised by Persona 5's huge success in the Western market. It's not because the game itself is bad, far from it. It's just the JRPG is not mainstream here. I'm definitely looking forward to finally playing it. The next game isn't a Black Friday deal, even though I got it around that time. Heart of the Woods is a visual novel that's only available from specific retailers. I'm not sure if it's a limited release or not, but there's no way this could have been a Black Friday deal. There was a special sales event, so I managed to snag it for $22. It's a fair price, and as you know, visual novel is one of the genres I am looking to collect. If I find one at a reasonable price, I will likely pick it up. Undead Darlings No Cure for Love is another game you can only get from specific retailers. I picked it up for $35 at the beginning of November. And of course, as soon as I received it, the price dropped to $30. Why am I not surprised? It's like it was just waiting for me. Honestly, even at $30, I still think it's overpriced. This seems like the type of game GS2 will publish and sell for $15. I'm not sure what I was thinking when I decided to buy it. Maybe it's because I enjoy collecting quirky games like this. Next, I want to show you a couple of controllers I picked up. Black Friday is definitely the best time to grab controllers. I got the DualSense in Midnight Black for $55. I've been wanting to add another DualSense for a while. A lot of games have local co-op trophies, and I needed an extra controller for those. The DualSense has some cool features, but honestly, I think it's overpriced. There's no reason it should cost more than the Xbox controller. Another one is the Pro controller for Nintendo Switch, which I got for $50. I bought my Switch 7 years ago, but I barely use it. In fact, I didn't play a single game on it this year. Part of that is because I'm not a fan of how the Joy-Con feels. But now that I have the Pro controller, I have got no excuse not to finish Breath of the Wild. I'm definitely planning to spend more time on my Switch in 2025. I also grabbed a bunch of Switch games this Black Friday, which I will show you next. 4, 5, 6, and 7. Alright, I picked up 7 Switch games during Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Maybe we should call it Cyber Week, the week of Cyber Monday. Let's kick things off with a big box. Silent Hope Day 1 Edition. This RPG is currently a console exclusive for the Switch. I've been watching this Day 1 Edition for a while, just waiting for the right price to grab it. At $20, I finally decided it was worth picking up. Silent Hope is a dungeon crawler, but what sets it apart is its 3D gameplay. something pretty uncommon in this genre. That alone makes the game feel special. Next up, I've got two Pikmin games here, 1 plus 2 and 4. The only Pikmin game I have ever played is Hey Pikmin on the 3DS, which is actually a spin-off. I've never played the mainline games before, although I have tried some wannabes. Each of those was $30, which isn't bad at all for Nintendo first-party games. Next up, I've got a couple of Super Mario games, 3D World plus Bowser's Fury and Mario RPG. Each of them was $30 also. Mario 3D World has always been my favorite Mario game. This version is actually enhanced from the Wii U release and includes Bowser's Fury. Since I never owned a Wii U, this is the perfect chance for me to finally play it. As for Mario RPG, it's a remake of the classic Super NES game. Aside from Paper Mario, I've never played this series before, so this will be a completely new experience for me. Next up is WarioWare Get It Together. Wario might be one of the least popular characters in the franchise. To be honest, I've never played any of his games before. From what I have heard, this one is a collection of 200 micro games. They seem kind of strange, so it will be interesting to give it a try. Actually, I ended up with 2 copies of this game. I bought the first one for $25, but then the price dropped to $20. Since I couldn't get a price adjustment online, I just bought another copy and plan to return the $25 one. What a hassle. The last Switch game we are covering today is Fire Emblem Engage. I got this one for $25, but it was $20 at one point. Still, $25 for a mainline Fire Emblem game is a great deal. I've always wanted to play a Fire Emblem game on the Switch, but I missed out on Three Houses. Therefore, I'm pretty happy to have picked this one up at such a great price. Let's take a look at the three $15 game I picked up during Black Friday. Kitten Console Edition, Arcade Game Zone, and the Games Advance Calendar 2024. To be honest, I don't know much about any of these games. Here is what happened. When the Black Friday deals kicked off, I grabbed anything under $20. That's how I ended up with these three. From what I know, Kitten is based on a board game, while the other two are a collection of minigames. What they all have in common is that they are party games you can play with others. I've got two more $15 games, so let's go over them together. First up is Black Set Under the Skin, a game based on the comics. It originally came out on the PS4, and I actually wanted to get it back then. Unfortunately, it sold out before I even had a chance, and it's always been one of my biggest gaming regrets. Therefore, I was pretty happy to see this point and click adventure game on the PS5 now. Next is White Day 2. I actually pre-ordered the first White Day game, but I still haven't played it yet. Every time I look at its trophy list, it scares me away. Even so, I couldn't resist picking up White Day 2. It's a Korean horror game, and I've always enjoyed exploring horror games from different cultures. Next, we have a couple of $20 games. First up is a simulation game, Police Simulator Patrol Officers. Simulation games are a genre I'm actively looking to collect. I knew there was a gold edition for PS5 that was $25 during Black Friday. However, I was especially looking for the PS4 edition, mainly for the free PS5 upgrade. I thought the PS4 edition was sold out, but it turns out a few places still had it in stock. As for the gameplay, I'm curious to see if it feels similar to World's Scariest Police Chases. Next is a game with a pretty long title, but I would just call it Konosuba Love for Least Closest of Desire. Konosuba started as a light novel series and later expanded into manga and anime. This game, Love for Least Closest of Desire, is a visual novel. As you know, when it comes to visual novels, they are must-haves for my collection. I almost bought this for $30 a few months ago, but I'm glad I waited. Next, we have another game from a special sales event, Assassin's Creed Mirage Deluxe Edition. I wasn't planning to get a Mirage because I have grown tired of what Ubisoft has been doing lately. Season Pass loaded with tons of DLC and DEI elements in the game. However, Mirage turned out to be different. No Season Pass and no DEI. At 1750, I figured it was worth a try. In fact, this deal was even better than the Black Friday sale, where I think the deluxe edition was going for over $20. Next, we have two $10 skins, one from Black Friday and one from Cyber Week. Here we have Tin Hearts and Peppermint Adventure Delivered. Tin Heart is a puzzle adventure game. Many players say it reminds them of Lemmings. After watching the gameplay trailer, I really like its style. At only $10, it was hard to pass up. Peppermint is actually the only game I bought in store this time. This is a 3D platformer that wasn't originally on my list because of its poor reviews. But for $10, I figured it wouldn't hurt to give it a try. We've got 10 more games to go, but let's take a quick break. I want to share my thoughts about this year's Black Friday. Honestly, Black Friday feels like it's just another holiday sale now, like those we see for July 4th or Labor Day. The days of finding unbeatable killer deals seem to be over. In fact, some games were even more expensive this year than last year. I came across a news article recently, and it turns out many others feel the same way. I really miss the old days of driving to different stores on Friday morning to snag those amazing deals. Now everything seems to wrap up at the very start of Black Friday week. How do you guys feel about this year's Black Friday? The next few games are not the Black Friday deals, but I picked them up recently. First, we have another simulation game, Train Life, a railway simulator. Train simulation games are notorious for having tons of DLC, which is why I usually wait a few years before buying them to make sure there's no extra content I would need to get. This one cost me $27, but when I checked online just now, it's down to $23. Well, guess it's just waiting for me. Next up is a relatively new game, Squirrel with a Gun. I'm not sure how many of you have heard of it, but I first learned about it from people in my group. After watching the trailer, it reminded me of Deer Simulator, where you play as an animal causing chaos. It has that quirky vibe I like to collect. That said, the game has received mixed reviews, so it's definitely not for everyone. This is a $30 game, but I managed to grab it for $20. Next up is Digimon Survive. This isn't your typical Digimon RPG. Instead, it's a visual novel mixed with tactical gameplay elements. If you are not into visual novels, this might not be the game for you. The game seems to go on sale quite often. I got it for just $12. Next, I have another visual novel, Since Memories of the Starry Sky. This game was released in North America this year, but it originally came out in Asia back in 2021. For the past 2 years, I've been considering importing it, but it wasn't cheap and was hard to find. I was even planning to give it another try this winter, but then I found out there would be a physical release here. I paid $33 for it, although I believe you can now find it for under $30. It might get even cheaper later, but I didn't want to take the risk. This is one of those games I wouldn't mind paying full price for, so any discount is just a bonus. What really cost me this Black Friday was picking up a few collector's editions directly from two publishers. First, I got two limited editions from the NIS America store. It's been 6 years since I last purchased anything from them. Back in 2019, I decided to avoid collector's editions because of space issues. Plus, the items in these editions often feel useless. I still feel the same way, but I had my reason for picking up these two. The first one is Kamiwasa Way of the Thief. This is a remastered version of the PS2 game Kamiwasa that was originally only available in Japan. As the title states, this is actually a thief simulator. I believe this is a low print game, while I found the standard edition still available at one place. They were asking for $46 for it. Meanwhile, the limited edition was only $40, making it an obvious choice. Next is another visual novel, Process of Elimination. I promise, this is the last visual novel in today's video. I first bought this game earlier this year from Best Buy for $36. However, when it arrived, I noticed that the back of the cover was dirty, not on the plastic, but on the actual paper. I wasn't going to spend $36 on a defective copy, so I returned it. Unfortunately, the game sold out everywhere soon after. The only place still selling it was the NIS America store, where it was priced at $50 during Black Friday. Since I really wanted it, I had no choice but to pay the price. On the bright side, I had a $10 reward from 6 years ago, and I finally got to use it. Since we just talked about NIS America, I also have another game published by them. I picked up the Crime Machina Deluxe Edition a while back from a retailer for $30. When I first saw the title, I thought the game might have something to do with China, but that's not the case. This is an RPG with a hack and slash combat system. The game might already be sold out, so I'm glad I grabbed it when I did. As you can see, these and the last two limited editions are already opened. I've done the unboxing for them, so you can expect to see those videos in January. Now let's move to the next publisher, Idea Factory's Ify store. Man, shopping there was a nightmare. They had a holiday sale, and I picked up a limited edition along with a couple of older PS4 games. They also included 3 trading cards. Do people even still collect these? The first one is the Neptunia Sisters vs Sisters Limited Edition, which comes with a large mouse pad. When I first received it, I thought they had accidentally sent me an extra copy of the game. It turns out the game isn't included inside the box. It's packed separately. This is probably the worst packaging I have ever seen. I get why they did. It makes it easier to ship the limited edition box with the platform of your choice. Still, I feel they could have at least left some space inside for people to store the game. Price-wise, this cost me $50, which is the same price as the standard edition. Considering how rarely Neptunia games go on sale, this isn't a bad deal at all. And inside the box, you will find a steelbook, a soundtrack CD, and a hardcover art book. Next up, we have Fairy Fencer F, Advent Dark Force. Wow, this game brings back so many memories. I remember during the first 2 years of starting this channel, this was one of the games I had my eye on. I don't recall why I didn't get it back then, probably because of the price or its challenging trophy list. Anyway, I saw it on their store for $25 and thought, why not complete some unfinished business from years ago? For those unfamiliar, Fairy Fencer F is an enhanced remaster of a PS3 game. It's a turn-based JRPG, and that might have been the reason I didn't buy it last time. The last game, also $25, is Dead Alive Real Reincarnation. Dead Alive is a light novel series, and the Real Reincarnation can best be described as a dating sim. This one also includes the previous 2 entries, Rini Utopia and Arusu Install, which were originally PS3 games exclusive to Japan. This is a game I've been wanting to add to my collection for a few years now. However, here's the catch. The copy I received has two noticeable damages. This wasn't caused by shipping, as the other two games in the order arrived perfectly fine. The damage was clearly there before it was shipped. I contacted Ify Store's support for a replacement, but they asked me to ship it back at my expense. Honestly, this was entirely their fault for sending a damaged item, so why should I have to cover the return shipping? I'm still trying to work with their support, but it feels like they are just ignoring me at this point. If this doesn't get resolved, it will definitely be the last time I shop with them. It's too risky. Imagine if a collector's edition arrived damaged, returning that wouldn't be cheap. This is only my second time buying from them, and it's already left a bad taste in my mouth. This concludes this year's Black Friday pickups. We went through over 30 games, and this video ended up being longer than I expected. If you enjoyed today's content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button below. Take care, and I will see you soon.